Mm. 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 Are we live? Are we back? Y'all, I'm dead tired. But I'm ashamed of myself. I got up and did everything that I was supposed to do. And I still wound up being 7 minutes late. That's why we don't have the whole trip on the live stream. That's why we don't have the whole trip on the live stream. Because of that fact. We broadcasting on the Minister channel and we broadcasting on the e-bike channel. So take your pick wherever you want to go, as long as you come. I don't care which one you come on. I appreciate you coming and hanging out with me. That's what I appreciate. Yeah, of course you would be on the e-bike channel. Even though we on the Minister channel, you're going to show me the e-bike channel. Even though we on the Minister channel. There we go. See? It got both of them. They got both of them. We want you on the Minister channel so I can see what's going on over there. Okay? But we're going to wind up taking that phone in the bedroom and putting it on the charger. Whew. Mm. 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 Y'all had to excuse me. I made them burgers last night, and then I went home. I went to sleep. I put the AEW wrestling on, and I laid down, and I just laid there until I went to sleep. I just laid there, you know. I just laid there and made myself go to sleep. That's what I did. I just laid there and made myself go to sleep. Well, as usual, whatever I dread don't wind up being bad. The doctor came in and I told her that I was not happy. She says, why? I said, well, I fell out in the market last week and wound up in the hospital. She said, yeah, I know. She was getting ready to get it. And I said, look, I'm very discouraged because I've been told what I've been eating. And I said, the day I left the hospital, I was 274 pounds. Your nurse just weighed me and she said that I was back in the 280s. She said, what do you have on you? I said, well, I got the helmet. I got two of the phones. I got the Bluetooth speaker. I got some pepper spray. I got my wallet. I got my keys. She said, when you got weighed at the hospital, did you have your shoes on? I said, no. She said, when you got weighed at the hospital, did you have your clothes on? I said, no. And she said, there you go. Because looking at you, it looked like you got about 8 or 9 pounds of stuff on you. talking about the cargo pants because they was hanging. I had the phone and all that in it. So she said, so I told her, I said, I need to talk to you because when I came in the hospital, eating the way I was my sugar was 307. Not eating between actually not eating between 6 something in the afternoon until 10:30 in the morning, my sugar came down to 130. When I did eat breakfast at 10:30 in the morning, after being checked in all these machines and all that crap, I said my sugar jumped up to 240 because the meals were so close together. Because you supposed to eat breakfast at 6, 7 o'clock. I didn't eat at 10:30, so at 12:30, I was eating lunch. Sugar still stayed at 240. When they gave me a stick late at night, it dropped down to 134. So my question to you is, if I was doing 307, doing what I was doing, and I'm doing 240 eating what they eating, like what's the friggin' difference between 240 and 307? 63 points? She said 10 points matter. Nia said my father was over 500 to go to. So they didn't give me a finger stick, but I told her about the changes I made and told her about the stuff that I was eating. And she was really excited. But then when I told her about the grapes, she said, who the heck told you that? I said, one of my followers suggested, he suggested I drink some wine. And he said, well, you won't drink the wine, then get yourself some red grapes. And that's what we've been eating. Yesterday I switched it up and I got the green ones. But we've been eating the red grapes. And I've been snacking on that. You know, no ding dongs, no gummies, no anything. We were snacking on that. She said the honey was fine. I told her about how I like the burgers now with the crisp lettuce. You get the salad. You know, you get the you put the hamburgers, not only this big. You put the hamburgers in the pan and you start setting up the buns. You get a hamburger bun. You grab a handful of the salad and just put it on the bun. Put the cheese there, and then you wait, put the burger there, and then you got yourself a healthy. There's a little bit of seasoning on the burger while it's cooking, but you got yourself a nice little meal. You got your salad, so you got your lettuce and tomato and other crap you put in there. You got that, the carrots, you got that, you got everything in one meal. You didn't ask me, I didn't say that. That's what Tommy R7 said. The video is up. You want to go check the chat. He suggested 1 glass of wine a day. I told him my stepfather was an alcoholic. I won't touch alcohol. He said, well, then try red grapes. That's what they made out of. And so she said that I was shooting myself in the foot. I told her about how I was taking the egg whites and I was mixing that same salad mix in there and making an omelet. Take 4 pieces of wheat bread, put a piece of cheese on each one, and put the omelet in between the two pieces of bread. And now you got a grilled cheese egg salad sandwich. And don't add nothing to it except for a little seasoning on the omelet. And there you go. And if you rather just have a well, I wish you would have mentioned that because I was looking right at the apple cider vinegar today, and nobody suggested getting it. I was looking right at it. So, what I'm going to do with the olive oil? Can I add the olive oil to the oatmeal? Mm. Mm. Oh, excuse me. I also told her that now that I'm not drinking the sodas, that pardon me for being gross. If anybody is feeble like that, just leave. If anybody's feeble like that, just leave. But she said I would not add it to my oatmeal. I don't want nobody to get squeamish or get feeble. But I also told her that I'm going to the bathroom a lot more. And I said I'm happy that the urine is clear and doesn't have the bubbles. But I'm going more, it's getting annoying. She said that's what you want. You want it to be clear. She said that when it's yellow like that and bubbling, that means your sugar's high. So we've been handling that. I don't mean to get squeamish, but this is why it's called. Yes. But if you drink a lot of soda or a lot of fruit juice, it get almost to the point that you can smell the urine, and that's how you know you got to go. You can almost smell it. So, like I said, don't mean to get gross on y'all, but it's called e-bike life. So I gotta stop weighing so much equipment. Now the reason that I had everything in my pocket was I had to rush out of here. Because even though they changed the medicine, and I got up today, I made a bowl of oatmeal, and I got maybe it was like 8 grapes that was in the bowl, and I was gonna nibble on them while I watched the wrestling. But I went on and went to sleep. So I woke up with them there. So that's what I had today. I had oatmeal. Oh man, we didn't get the butter. God darn. We didn't get the butter. We didn't get the butter. So I'll make the other 4 burgers tonight and I'll eat that. We didn't get the butter. But I got enough butter to have some oatmeal in the morning. Liz says you always wanted to be clear. Well, that's the one good thing. And you can use olive oil to cook with instead of butter. I can make eggs with olive oil. I can make my grilled cheese without the olive oil. Matter of fact, remind me of that, y'all. Tomorrow we got to get cheese and butter. And it gotta be the imitation butter. We don't get the real deal. We get the imitation demonstration. I also told her, I said, right now in my refrigerator, I got a 64-ounce bottle because I alternate. I usually have one, it's either the A&W sugar free or it's the lemonade, and the other jug is water. But I said we went to the market yesterday and I got that black cherry tea or whatever, sugar free. And it ain't got no taste to it. I don't know who the heck. That ain't no daggone black cherry. That's some black water. But I got a jug of that in the freezer, and I got a jug of the Country Time sugar-free lemonade. She said, "Why are you drinking that?" I said, "Well, it's sugar-free. I was told it's good for you." She said, "You better hope I still got it." Lady friend took every damn thing. Took daggone scale, took my glucose meters, and my strips. I had 4 years worth of strips that I never used. 3 meters. 2 of them I never used. I tore the house up. I can't find them. Y'all wondering what she was stuffing in my hospital bag. Now we know. Can't find my scale. I gotta buy all this stuff all over again. I think she gave me a prescription for the glucose meter, but I don't know if they're gonna pay for it. I don't know if Medicare gonna pay for it. Matter of fact, I probably need to call down there. I need to check the bag. But like I said, she said apples was good, pears was good, plums was good, um, peaches was good. But she said watermelon, grapes, pineapple, and what's the other one that's really sweet? Watermelon. What was the other one? It was something else she said. That oh, oranges is bad. Y'all know who's eating them tangerines. I basically shooting myself in the foot. So she said that she was going to talk with the dietitian and make an appointment. If I don't hear anything in a couple of days, I'm going to just do it myself. And I got a number for the dentist. It's only 12 o'clock. I thought it was late. I thought it was like 5 o'clock. It's only 12 o'clock. I thought it was late. It's only 12 o'clock. I thought it was late. They're going 8 o'clock appointment. I thought it was late. It's not even 12:30 yet. Are you serious? Are you friggin' serious? Why you say really? I'm thinking it's like 5 or 6 o'clock. That's when I normally sit in this chair. 5 or 6 o'clock. I'm thinking I know it was that early. God darn. No wonder it was so much traffic on the road. Liz said my work day will be complete. I wish. Man, we on here early today. So I gotta find out what's wrong with the camera because I know that I erased the videos from yesterday. I forgot to put them on the computer, and there wasn't enough time. It wasn't enough time to let them transfer it to the computer. So I erased yesterday's video. So my only hope is that yesterday's video didn't get erased. Otherwise, because I can't afford a new camera right now. I gotta pray that it didn't erase. That's what we got to pray for, and the memory card for. That's why it ain't turning on, or we in trouble again. Every time we turn around, something breaking. Y'all understand what I'm saying? Every time we turn around, something breaking. Just like that man said in that movie Life. Can't get right. We keep trying. We just can't get right. Liz said, that's why I'm here, laugh out loud. So y'all got to see something I couldn't see. How was the footage? We didn't use StreamYards. We're on StreamYards now. We didn't use StreamYards. We used the YouTube app. So let's go take a look and see. Is it the phone or is it the YouTube app? Is it the phone or is it the YouTube app? We'll get ready to find out right now. Oh, you ready? I've been up since 6 this morning. That's why I'm yawning. That's why I'm yawning. No, that's us live now. Where's the video from earlier? Oh, just can't help me out, can you? I'm on my own channel. We just did that show. Why can't I find it? I'm on one of my channels. We just did the show. Why can't I find it? Oh, man. Switch account. Go to Minister Brother there. It's a shame. Oh. We only got 27 views. That's not good. We got a commercial on my own. I got to watch a commercial on my own video. Wow. I got to watch a commercial on my own VTL. That's crazy. Liz said, because BD, if you save to buy the quality items you want, it will be less likely to break. Then what do we use while we save it? What do we use while we save it? If we use your logic, what are we going to use while we save it? The show got to go on.
They don't have enough for the deals.
Yeah, they 26 times 4 and 12. Tomorrow, we got the Podiatrist. Monday.
12 or 15 or something.
Well, I can change it, but the limit for the government is 28 miles per hour for class 2. Yeah. They had a bike, right?
I can say take it with you.
All
I got to get my bus there.
right. Take it easy, buddy. Jeez. Ravens. That's the only thing about this bike. These 26-inch tires. My inseam is 29 and a half. That's crazy. Nia said water. I think the video look better. What do y'all think?
That's what we might have to do now. All right, yo. But I tell you, it's nice. So these shocks are still crying. I don't know what I did to this thing. No, because actually I can just turn out. Go ahead, dear. Come on, girl. Hop on. That's all the devil wanted was somebody to see that. That's why we just get out the way. You're going to have to work hard to get it.
So it's using the YouTube
Ain't
app
going to make
better?
it easy for you. You're going to have to work hard. How you doing? Yeah, it's bottoming out. That's what it is.
So is the YouTube app better?
So we
Let's go back to yesterday.
Power up with organic pumpkin.
This is StreamYard.
how y'all doing?
So we inside now. How's it look?
Hello, how you doing?
So we inside the hospital.
On the 6th floor. Hey, your name is Derek Franklin. I'm gonna regulate the hospital. You need to check my temperature and everything else. Alright, well, in the hallway upstairs, they just let me take it.
So this is the
I got video of it.
Sit still.
No, I said,
Okay, now let's go back.
Just leave it out in the hallway.
Let's go back and look at the YouTube app. I'm hitting the button. It ain't doing nothing. I mean, I'm literally hitting the button. Why are you going to the studio? The hell are you doing? You doing what you want to do. I'm hitting the button. Why is it not doing its job? I know I'm retarded. Back down.
Go ahead and let it make noise. So I just ordered it.
So let's go to the house. We're in the hospital.
Get my butt.
Now this is the YouTube app.
But why you didn't say what's somebody called that elevator?
Yeah, Big Daddy, what is it, you know?
See, I was trying to do the right thing.
Yeah,
It's
you
only-
are, you are.
If you drive it in, you gotta back it out, and then what happens?
That got worse.
That's a nice.
Oh man, that's clear.
People love it.
But fuck.
You can sit in that room, you can fall asleep.
That's a great room, though.
It is a big room.
I haven't fell asleep in there many a day.
Yeah. I
But,
said, you know, for 18 years. There's a lot to change.
I guess it's
But riding
impossible.
at 4 miles per hour or riding at 28 miles per hour.
Yeah, with the speed limit on that.
Well, downhill assisted, I hit 36 on it.
Wow. You can handle that?
My heart,
Must be, because
it's always something.
I said, you still there. I said, you went up.
Yeah, I've been standing there for a hot minute.
Yeah,
I just came from down here. I had to go to the bathroom.
yeah, I think
Yeah.
that everybody was waiting for that to come this way.
That's crystal clear.
Somebody had the other one blocked up, which I didn't mind. But I had
Use
the credit card.
We outside. That's crystal clear. All right, let's get moving.
Yeah.
What happened when we started?
Lights. So these shocks are still crying. I don't know what I did to this thing. No, because actually I can just turn out. Go ahead, dear. Come on, girl. Hop on. That's all the devil wanted was somebody to see that. That's why we just get out the way. You're going to have to work hard to get it. We ain't going to make it easy for you. You're going to have to work hard.
All right, let's speed up some.
Excuse me, ladies. How y'all doing today?
All right, we had a problem with the phone
Oh,
now.
they got the phone.
So that's after I fix the phone now.
Can't wait, can you? Gotta throw my stuff on the ground, don't you? It's gotta hit the ground. All right. Now, we're gonna cheat.
All right, so let's speed up. This is after I fix the camera now.
Took on the sidewalk.
All right, so we know. Now we know the StreamYard app is just terrible. But the StreamYard apps allow you to live stream without having 1,000 subs. So what do you keep? We don't have 1,000 subs on the e-bike channel. Oh. So what do we do, y'all? What altercation you talking about, Liz? Liz said if I save to buy a quality, I don't have the support to get quality. I didn't get into an argument with somebody last week. I was getting ready to kick the teeth out their mouth. And I'm ashamed of myself. But to do the scene that I was a punk. The dude assumed that I was crippled. But one good kick to his knee would have crippled him for life. You don't know who you're messing with. That's why you should leave people alone. The dude was talking smart and was so stupid, didn't realize I was standing right behind him. He talking to some woman. Now, I had given up. On the scooter because I really didn't need it. And I was getting a cart. And like I said, this dude is inside, he's outside, he's all over the place. Why is he near the carts? If he's in a scooter and can ride around, why is he sitting there at the carts? He thought I was still outside. But if he had turned around, he would have seen me get a cart and start going about my business. But instead, he opened his mouth up. And I was standing right behind him. But he was so busy running his mouth, he didn't understand it. Yeah, and that guy talking about he need a cart. I got this thing first. I'm going to ride this all day. I'm going to sit here all day. Hoot on him. And I was like, what? What? Yeah. Oh, yeah. I said, man, I've been waiting half an hour for you to get out this thing. You have been in the store, out the store, up the road, down the road. You been got your groceries. Why are you still here? There ain't no excuse for you to be hogging this car. It ain't. Well, I got it first. And I said, I'm going about my business. I ain't got a car because, I don't need to ride it. I was going on about my business until I heard you say that. Then we in the market. I'm flying around getting everything I need. We getting this. We getting that. Every time I look up, the dude right there. I guess the dude was looking to see me struggle, but I didn't struggle. The dude was looking to see me look weak. I didn't look weak. Guess he was coming by to go, I got the card. You need it. But we didn't need it. Then after the fourth time we saw him, he gonna come up to me and be like, I want to apologize. So I said, okay. I went to shake his hand. He looked at me. I said, no, you gonna shake my hand. He goes, well, and I got a bad leg. And then, I'm looking like, where's your walker? Where's your cane? You got a bad leg. You been got your stuff while you still here. I said, I was in the hospital a day ago, face down on the ground, and I'm back here. But I said, ain't nothing wrong with my legs. Well, I got a bad knee. I thought you had a bad leg. Well, why are you trying to excuse it? They say only 27% of my heart work. Out of 100%, only 27% work. I think a heart trump a knee any day. But, whatever. Well, I had to come here and talk my business and whatever. I'm like, man. No, Liz asked me. You said Liz asked me what happened. I didn't bring it up. Liz did. She asked me about the altercation. I told her that man started running his mouth and he didn't know. And I offered him a handshake, and he acted like he didn't want to shake my hand. I made him do it. Because you're wrong and you know it. You're wrong and you know it. Clap your hands. You're wrong and you know it. Clap your hands. You're wrong and you know it, and you're really afraid to show it. You're wrong and you know it. Clap your hands. But he didn't know. Because the sad part is, I haven't stretched in a while. For those of y'all who don't know what I'm talking about, you find a banister, you find a fence, you find a ledge, you find some steep steps, and you put your leg there, take it off the ground, and then you start stretching. You start shadow boxing. You start bouncing up and down with the other leg. And what that does is it allows you to get your leg to go higher because you're stretching it. I haven't done that in a while. I haven't done it in a while. So he was sitting at the perfect height for me to kick his head off. He was. He was at the perfect height. I wouldn't even have to stretch. I wouldn't even have to lean back. He was sitting right there. It would have been one kick and that would have been it. Would have kicked the dentures right out of his mouth. That dude would have been sleeping. And I'll leave that alone. That's why I say you don't know who's around. You don't know. You should always be on your P's and Q's because you don't know who's around you. And for those of you who said, "Oh, security would have got you," that security man would have turned his head and went like this. He got what he deserved. Man would have tried to get about that share. Would have got. Oh. All right, let me stop. Oh my goodness, I didn't even put the food away. So the YouTube app is better than the StreamYards. Give me your honest opinion. Is the YouTube app better than the StreamYards? How long is that? 2 minutes. That's 35 seconds. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Chicago getting rough.
Been charged with carjacking a man in the West Elston neighborhood. Ellen Sand, 32, was arrested Tuesday after she was identified as one of the offenders who took a 22-year-old man's car by force on the 5800 block of South Pulaski Road on Sunday. Police say a 36-year-old man's belongings were also stolen in the incident. Sand was charged with felony aggravated vehicular hijacking with a firearm and misdemeanor theft. Sand is due in court Thursday. No further information has been provided.
Somebody should, and while she in jail, somebody should beat her in the back of her daggone head. Sitting in jail with something that's stupid. A car. A car. A friggin' car. What?
Now to an update that we first
might
brought
do.
you on Saturday. It is no bail for 37-year-old Fallon Harris. She's charged with first-degree murder in the
She
death of her
look-
12-year-old son. Her family told police she shot Caden Ingram over a missing SD card from her car. After she first shot him, police say Harris demanded the card again. When Ingram said he didn't know where it was, his mother shot him a second time. Ingram then died at the hospital. Family members say Harris is suffering from paranoia. When police arrived at their home, she admitted to shooting her son and led them to her gun. Harris is due in court again tomorrow.
She shot her son. She shot her son. The hell?
Right now, police are searching for this man. They say spit on a father and his 4-year-old daughter, then threatened them with a knife. Officers say the man got angry when the father asked him to stop smoking marijuana on the train. This was around 3:30 in the afternoon, September 5th, on a southbound D train approaching the Fordham Road station in the Bronx. The victims got off at Fordham Road. No injuries were reported. If you recognize the man, call NYPD's Crime Stoppers hotline. That phone number is 1-800-577-TIPS. Katie Johnston for CBSN, New York.
Father spit on after asking subway rider to stop smoking marijuana. Y'all see why I won't use public transportation? That dude would have spit on me. And all that stuff go out the window. That's the nastiest thing you can do, is spit on somebody. What's worse? Spitting on somebody or pooping on them? What would be worse? I would have maced that dude and kicked that dude right into the damn door, took his own knife and put it to his throat and said, what? Now what? You don't spit on nobody. That's the nastiest thing you can do. That's just nasty. It's nasty. You don't do that to nobody. Uh-oh.
New tonight, Hendricks County is now in the red for COVID spread as case numbers rise. Schools are updating their COVID-19 protocol.
CBS 4 has learned one of the county's districts approved guidance that violates state health measures.
CBS 4's Melissa Crash has been reaching out to school leadership and the state for answers today. She joins us from Hendricks County with what she found out.
I've learned that Danville Community Schools has told parents students are not required to wear a mask. The district is also discontinuing mandatory quarantines for non-symptomatic students. Now the state is looking into this. Here's more of what I found out.
We felt like we could do quarantine a little bit differently.
That's Danville School Corporation School Board President Corey Mason.
We've had a lot of interaction from our community on both sides, quite honestly.
He explained over the phone how it's in the families' and students' best interest to make quarantining a parental decision.
They're the ones that are with their children, and they know their children the best. And we feel that it's best placed with the parents to keep track of their children, to know when their children are sick, and we have full confidence in our community's parents.
While he says the school board has confidence, the Hendricks County Health Department is not on board with the plan. Masks are not required in the district, and the school board has discontinued mandatory quarantines of non-symptomatic close contact people. That's in direct conflict with the governor's executive order. And now the Indiana Department of Education is coordinating with the State Department of Health to get the district in compliance with the law.
I would like to say that we're going to stick to our guns and stay with what we have, but I don't think that we're going to be foolish enough to know that the state is the state, and ultimately, we're going to have to abide by what we're told to do.
A few miles down the road, the Northwest Hendricks School Corporation's board voted to require masks starting next Tuesday, the 21st. In a letter to parents, the superintendent cited an uptick in cases, staff struggling with the amount of absences, and more. As for Danville, Mason hopes the state and its agencies can see where they're coming from.
Hopefully this could be a partnership and we all can come to an amicable agreement.
In Hendricks County, I'm Melissa Crash, CBS 4 News.
The school board president also says districts get their funding from the state, so if they can't agree, they'll have to change their guidance to abide by the state rules. We'll keep you updated.
Is it over there? Oops. All right, good. I'm glad it didn't keep going.
This $59 T.
Baltimore City officials made a decision to provide premium pay to first responders, police officers, firefighters, and others working the front line.
There was a lot of risk in the early days of the pandemic. I mean, our employees, some of them that were dealing with directly with the public were at risk, and we felt like it was the right thing to do.
To help cover the bill for police officers, the city proposed taking $6.5 million from the revenue raised by speed and red light cameras. Pedestrian safety advocates objected, arguing state law intends for that revenue to be used to slow down cars.
Many community members are already skeptical of cameras, and this reallocation endorses the fear that cameras are used purely for revenue generation and not to finance life-saving permanent improvements to our roadways.
The board approved the transfer. The budget director said there were few alternatives to cover the bill. The board also approved the accounting of $120 million in spending for pandemic-related costs, most covered by federal funding. Included $37.8 million for the use of hotels to shelter and quarantine people, $10.2 million for emergency food services, $8.9 million for contact tracing and testing. There was also $2.5 million to cover costs related to the city-owned Hilton Hotel. Evidence, the city budget director said, of the continuing impact of the pandemic on tourism.
The Delta variant now that's here is kind of extending this pandemic, unfortunately. So we're not seeing kind of the recovery that we expected from tourism.
The city closed the books on the last fiscal year in better shape than expected. And the city police department, for the first time in a long time, according to the city budget director, stayed within budget on overtime costs, $32 million versus $50 million the year before. At City Hall, I'm Jane Miller, WBAL TV 11 News.
New tonight, Hendricks County.
Did we do a double screen yesterday?
That's the biggest one they got. I'm looking. The burger. It just make it slam. Yeah. Nah. So is it sugar free? No artificial sweetness. Danny sugars. Total sugar is 1 gram. That's okay, ain't it, Neil? Total sugar is 1 gram. No sodium. All right. But we got to turn around. Excuse me. They got black cherry. They're $1.99. So is it sugar free? No order.
That's what I'm drinking, Liz. See how watered down it is? I put the drinks we got today, the sparkling water. I just put them in the freezer. Well, y'all was watching the last video, and I brought that out. That's all I gotta say. But that's what I'm drinking for the moment until them one of them cans get cold. Then we'll go back. Let's do a refresh. People do the dumbest stuff. People do the dumbest stuff, y'all. Oh, hold on. Breaking news.
Now, there's new video that raises questions about the case of a driver who had been accused of intentionally hitting a crossing guard with his car. This incident happened 1 week ago today in Glen Burnie. WMRT News' Mark Rovers outside Anne Arundel County Police Headquarters right now. So, Mark, what does this new video show?
Good morning, Christian. Well, this home doorbell video appears to support the suspect's claims that he did not hit her. Now, last week, Anne Arundel County Police reported that they suspected a man had assaulted a school crossing guard by intentionally striking her with his blue Tesla. Officers arrested the driver, Joe Hernandez, last Thursday evening, putting him in handcuffs in front of his girlfriend and her child. Hernandez was taken to jail and spent the night locked up. The charging documents show Hernandez is accused of 7 violations, including failure to render aid to an injured person, reckless driving, and negligent driving. His lawyer asked him not to make any public statements, but Hernandez claims the charges are all false, and there is new video evidence which seems to back him up. In this Ring doorbell video, you can see Hernandez's blue Tesla. He approaches the intersection and comes to a stop at the stop sign as the crossing guard directs kids in traffic to cross in front of him. At one point, it appears he has an exchange of words with the crossing guard. Then a nearby officer and the crossing guard approach the Tesla. The police officer identified in court documents as Detective Hillier walks over, and you can see a few more words are exchanged, and then Hernandez slowly drives around the crossing guard and drives away. There is no sign of an injury or assault or reckless driving, and no attempt by the police officer to stop him as both the crossing guard and officer calmly walk away. Our ABC sister station in Washington, D.C., WJLA, went back to that busy intersection and found the crossing guard and officer on duty. The crossing guard's name hasn't been made public yet, but they asked her if she still stands by her story.
I'm not going to say anything. I mean, everything speaks for itself. I don't think.
Now, a spokesperson for the Anne Arundel County Police say they are aware of this video and they are investigating. Reporting live in Millersville, Mark Roper, WMAR2 News.
I mean, I'm drinking it, but that's all I can Don't drink.
There are a number of crime cameras in the
I
neighborhood.
wouldn't
Police
buy it
are
again.
combing through them and surveillance footage, hoping to develop leads. 4 kids hanging out on the stoop of a vacant house on North Milton Avenue Tuesday ended up becoming Baltimore's latest gunshot victims. They are a 17-year-old, 14-year-old twin sisters, and a 12-year-old boy. All are expected to survive.
At some point, a shooter shot at those children. We don't know why. We don't know if they recognized them as children. And it is unknown if they were targeted or if the perpetrator was looking for someone else.
Police had already beefed up patrols in the area due to recent violence. We talked to someone who says she knows the victims.
They good kids. They don't bother nobody. They stay among themselves and they play and stuff together. To see this happen was unbelievable.
Police are hoping crime camera footage and private security video will help them identify who's responsible. Investigators believe a number of adults witnessed the shooting and are asking them to come forward.
It don't make sense. I mean, where are the guns coming from? Sometimes I believe the people that working at the graveyard giving the guns out because they making the money. And like, where are the guns coming from?
It's ridiculous. Kids should be home getting ready to go to school the next day, you know?
So far this year, 38 children have been shot. This time last year, 28 children suffered non-life-threatening gunshot wounds. Mayor Brandon Scott met with the police commissioner Wednesday to talk next steps. He didn't mince words.
All the violence in the city is unacceptable, but I am and get extremely pissed off because we can't have our young people being shot, right? No one should be shot, let alone having people who literally will shoot 12, 14, and 7 years old. That's something that we all should be pissed off, that we all should be angry about.
The mayor and commissioner are asking for the public's help. Anyone with information about the shooting is urged to call police or Metro Crime Stoppers. Reporting from the Bishop Robinson Police Headquarters building downtown, David Collins, WBAL TV 11 News.
Did you know you can... Morning. It is 6:07 right now. There's new video.
All right, thanks so much. Right now...
Excuse me. He talking about the wrestling I told y'all that I had on last night.
I want to join AEW. Dynamite.
Let me put this phone on.
Start filling up. So I got a job. See, I want to join AEW. So my clothes on it.
Excuse me.
See, AEW Dynamite. See, AEW Dynamite. So you're having to buy some? Oh, well, so kick him to the midsection? The kick to the midsection.
Oh, they don't want that. Hey, bring the medicine, that's the floor, right? I didn't have no to the floor.
gonna do it to my opponent, AEW Wrestling. AEW Wrestling Dynamite. I got him in the choke slam. I'll do it this way. I got him in the choke slam. Do it my other hand. So I got him in the choke slam. So I'm showing AEW what I got. See, my last move, AEW. So y'all see I was beating the hell out of the guy in AEW. So y'all see I was beating the guy, butt in AEW, Dynamite Wrestling. AEW. I want to join AEW. All gone. Yeah, we'll put it all right together. But we ain't got nowhere to go. We got to go with butter. All right. What am I missing? That he couldn't hold y'all for a minute. I still had to go to the bathroom. Dad, Kevin. News story's too short. Wait a minute. That's not what I wanted to do. Pause that. I was putting the food away. Let me give him a thumbs up. Oh no, hello everyone. So look at it, I got the bag over my head. Web Alexander, that's cool. Give me some apples.
All gone. All gone. Right now. All gone. All gone.
Right on time. I got my fruit bowl.
In the hospital, and 2 men now in police custody awaiting charges after hitting that officer with their car early this morning. Good morning to you. I'm Adriana Vegas. Thanks for being with us today at 11.
And I'm Ryan Baker. Let's get right to the top story. The accident shut down part of the South Loop for hours at Ida B. Wells Drive and Clark Street. CBS 2's Mugo Odigwe breaks down exactly what happened in the early morning hours.
A busy morning for Chicago police. The officer who was injured was brought here to Northwestern to be treated as other officers gathered in the South Loop to investigate.
Officer down at the intersection, ambulance, hurry!
That's part of the call heard over police radio. A Chicago police officer injured after getting hit by a car.
It sounded like you could hear a car speed like smack.
And that's what Kenneth Moffitt heard. He says the night started out great. Streets packed with folks from the Mexico Independence Caravan. Then things turned awry.
There's just so much love, and then at the end, a tragedy like that.
The accident was around 2:20 this morning. Chicago police say an officer on duty was standing in the streets directing traffic, but the driver in this Dodge Charger didn't stop. He ended up hitting the officer.
10-4, we have a 10-1, 10-1. Clark and Ida B. Wells, officer down, 10-1.
You can see the front side of the Charger is mangled. Police didn't say if this SUV that was also in the intersection belongs to the officer, but it's clearly damaged too. We do know the male driver and passenger in the Charger were arrested. We're told 2 handguns were recovered from the car. Meanwhile, Moffitt's thoughts are with the officer who was hit.
I just pray for everybody, with the officer to be okay.
And that officer is expected to be okay. We're told he has non-life-threatening injuries. As for why he was hit in the first place, we're told it's probably alcohol-related. Outside Northwestern Hospital, Mugo Odigwe, CBS 2 News.
Honking horns, parts of the South Loop in downtown look like rush hour overnight. Hundreds of cars formed a caravan to celebrate Mexican Independence Day. The do-it-yourself parade went on for hours with flags waving on cars. There were fireworks popping off. Police closed off intersections and the backups were very big.
It's not just a bunch of people riding around the flags. They're showing everybody in the community that we're coming together right now, and we're just showing the city of Chicago what we're doing together as a whole.
The all-night party on wheels, you can see it here. Big backups in the Loop. It marked the beginning of Hispanic Heritage Month.
Okay. Got no problem with it. Where's the fire? All right. Fire at a senior citizen
By
building,
first, an officer in the hospital.
and that was in my city.
Thousands of New Yorkers, by creating fraudulent events, learns his punishment. Attorney General Letitia James says she has permanently banned Ismail Azerka from producing events and festivals in New York. She says the event producer deceived customers into paying for food and entertainment that were never provided, including this pizza festival in Brooklyn. He must pay more than $310,000 in restitution and penalties. More than $100,000 will go to victims.
Connect your entire business with.
Since September 12th, 1976, Baltimore County detectives have looked at this very picture, working to identify her.
How she ended up down here is the mystery, and who she is the mystery for us.
A girl investigators say was strangled and raped, her body dumped near a graveyard in Woodlawn.
We believe that she was dragged into the woods, maybe from a van that had been seen in the area. We're not 100% sure on that.
Now the girl, who's been known for 45 years as Woodlawn Jane Doe, has a name. Police identifying the victim as 16-year-old Margaret Federoff of Alexandria, Virginia, then a student of Hayfield Secondary School.
Obviously, we want to go back to where she came from and try to figure out who she may have been
That's
with.
an old looking 16-year-old.
If anybody knows who she may have left that area with, because she had to get here to the Baltimore area somehow.
While her murder has gone unsolved for decades, detectives then only relying on sketches, her family telling police Federoff had been reported missing 1 year before her remains were even found.
This is so significant. This is a really big break in the case, because without knowing who she is or where she came from, we really don't have too much to go on, because we need to know who she may have been with in order to get some leads for this case.
Now police with compounding evidence, aiming to give closure in this case.
Because so much time has elapsed, because it's been 45 years, it might jog somebody's memory to see a picture of her. They might not remember her name or remember too much about her, but maybe seeing a picture, they could remember certain things about what led up to her going missing.
And of course, if you have any information on this cold case, you're asked to call Baltimore County Police. We're live in Towson. I'm Trey Ward, WBAL TV 11 News.
That's gonna be hard to solve. A 45-year-old murder. The person might not even be alive that did it.
Okay, Lauren, thanks very much. It is 6:03 right now, and this morning there are allegations of rampant sexual assaults happening inside Baltimore City Public Schools. The allegations come from students who say the young men who assaulted them are still walking the same halls with them and sitting in class as well. They're so fed up. Waves of students from several city schools decided to walk out of class on Wednesday. WMRT News' Megan Knight is live at North Avenue right now. Megan, these are some pretty serious allegations that the students are making about schools in Baltimore City.
Yes, they are, Christian. And it was a clear message from some of those students who came out to protest yesterday. That message going to the city school district, and that they strongly believe that more needs to be done to protect victims in these cases of sexual assault, and also how the city school district handles these allegations of sexual violence. Hundreds of students coming out to march and protest outside of Baltimore City College yesterday. Most of the students coming from City College, however, they did come from other schools across the city. They told us that there have been several allegations of sexual assault both on and off campus at City College, and that they believe the school district is not doing enough to investigate the allegations or protect the students involved.
It's been going on for years. We're not the only people that it happened to. It happened in the 19th century. It happened back in 2000. It's not just happening. It's been going on for years, and nobody is saying anything. And it's sad that we have to stand out here during school hours and miss work and miss classes and miss tests, important tests, to stand out here and say that we've been sexually assaulted and it happened years ago, or it happened last week and we said something, and everybody is just brushing it off their shoulder like it doesn't matter.
Our basic human rights are violated, and they're not even taught.
Like the fact that something so horrible and disgusting, such as sexual assault, is so rampant and so ingrained into so many different schools, that this many women and girls have stories to share so profoundly, just shows that there's no justice.
Now, we did reach out to Baltimore City Schools, which says that it is aware of at least one sexual assault allegation. An investigation is underway, they say, with appropriate steps being taken to protect the safety of both students, excuse me, and ensuring that they avoid contact as much as possible. The school went on to say that students can fill out a form if they have sexual assault allegations, or they can report directly to their Title IX coordinator, which handles all sexual violence allegations. And then those allegations are then handled by the City Schools Department of Fair Practices. We're live in Northeast Baltimore. I'm Megan Knight, WMAR 2 News.
That's 1 hour ago. It ain't any good.
Still a lot of chat about who put down.
But we do begin with breaking news. A new punishment for State Representative Joel Jones. He's just been removed from all of his House committee assignments. That story follows our news here at noon. Thank you for joining us. I'm Evrod Cassimy. This all follows his drunk driving arrest in April and new charges this week for allegedly trying to smuggle a handcuff key into jail. Let's get right out to our Sean Lay, who joins us now live this afternoon. You've been following the Jones case from the very beginning. Sean, what have we learned since yesterday's incident?
Let's get right to it, Evrod. Jones was on the Military, Veterans, and Homeland Security Committee. He was the Democratic vice chair of that committee, a good seat there, a powerful seat. And also, he was on the Committee of Regulatory Reform, but no more. Here's why. Speaker of the House Jason Wentworth just a few minutes ago released this statement saying Representative Joel Jones' increasingly disruptive and distracting behavior in the months following his April arrest for DUI has eroded my confidence in his ability to conduct the people's work. That behavior, the speaker goes on to say, hit a new low yesterday when he appears to have made a bizarre attempt to escape from jail, potentially resulting in 2 new charges. In fact, Jones has been charged with 2 felonies. Action must be taken, the speaker goes on to say, to protect the public's interest. I am now removing Representative Jones from all House committees and encouraging him to use that time to make changes and take control of his actions. He goes on to say the Michigan House of Representatives will continue to make sure Jones has access to every service and every bit of support we have to help him on this journey. I sincerely hope he finally takes advantage of those opportunities to get the help he needs. Much more of this coming up, but Joel Jones now stripped of 2 committees in Lansing at the State House. Everett, back to you.
All right. Thank you. Sean Lay reporting live for us this afternoon.
That daggone shame. That's a daggone shame. All right, y'all. This is an update. So a story
Let's
we
take you
covered.
now to Northport, Florida, where officials are holding a press conference on the disappearance of Gabby Petito, who went missing on a cross-country trip with her fiance. Let's listen.
On September 11th, 2001. In June of 2021, Gabby and her fiance embarked on a cross-country trip with plans to travel across the West Coast and visit state national parks in the western United States. They were traveling in Gabby's 2012 white Ford van and documented their journey on YouTube and social media. We have a picture of the white Ford van that they were traveling in. She maintained regular contact with her family members during her travels. However, that communication abruptly stopped around the end of August. Gabby is a vibrant 22-year-old with a love for life and adventure. She's a daughter, a sister, and a granddaughter. She was excited to share her cross-country trek with others on social media and with her family. Gabby's family and those in the community here and in New York who know and care for her are hoping for answers about her whereabouts. We have investigators working diligently around the clock, as well as with the FBI. The FBI is present here today to show their solidarity and commitment to this investigation, and we are grateful for all their resources. Due to the geographic scope of the investigation, it's important that we partner with our federal and local partners. At this time, I'm going to allow Joe, Gabby's dad, to come up and say a few words.
All right, what I need from everybody here is help, because the goal is still not met, and that goal is to bring Gabby home safe. All right, and I'm asking for help from everyone here. I'm asking for help everyone at home. I'm asking for help from the parents of Brian, and I'm asking for help of the family members and friends of the Laundrie family as well. You know, there is a tip line that you can call anonymously. Whatever you can do to make sure my daughter comes home, I'm asking for that help. There's nothing else that matters to me now. This girl right here, this is what matters. That is it. Anything else, it comes second to this. Thank you.
Thank you, Joe. Our focus is to finding Gabby, and we are pleading with people out there to give us information, point us in the direction that we need to be, and help us find Gabby. Gabby and her family deserve that. Right now, I'll go ahead and answer a few questions that I can. Go ahead.
Yesterday, we found where to Long Beach. Have you heard this yet?
I have not.
Is there a criminality suspected in the case, or is it just a missing person?
Right now, we are investigating a missing person case.
Have criminality suspected?
None at this time. Right now, it's a missing person case.
Chief, how frustrating is it knowing that the family lives just a short distance away from the police department here? I'm sure your officers have to drive by the house, and you know that he hasn't given you any sort of.
Well, we share the frustration with the world right now. So, you know, 2 people went on a trip, 1 person returned, and that person that returned isn't providing us any information.
Chief, can you bring Brian Laundrie in for hindering the investigation or for stealing Gabby's car?
Right now, no.
Have you guys learned anything from the van or from the phones at all?
Right now, we're still analyzing all that data, which takes time to forensically analyze all that.
Is the body cam video out of the lab? Is that offering any sort of insight into maybe what potentially happened? Or are you using that as part of your investigation?
We look at everything that's coming in. As far as that having to do anything with the disappearance, we don't know. I mean, yes, they had a disturbance. Yes, it was captured on body camera, their interaction with law enforcement. But beyond that, you know, I don't know what it has to do with the disappearance.
Do you guys know when exactly Brian left and headed for Florida? We know he came here on the 1st, but do you know when he left from the West Coast, and if there's any indication that Gabby was with him on that trip back?
Right now, we're analyzing that data, so we don't have that timeline narrowed down. There's a lot of information that we have to go through.
Do you know where Brian Laundrie is right now?
Yes.
Chief, has the family attorney said anything in your time?
The family attorney arranged to get us some property that we were looking for, and beyond that, no.
You currently made out that she last spoke with her daughter on August 30th, or at least someone was purporting to be her daughter. Forensics been done on her phone. Has the phone records been requested? Have they been provided?
Everything is being forensically analyzed right now, and it takes time.
Including Nicole's phone.
No, we don't have Nicole's phone.
And have you requested it?
Requested from whom?
From her.
Oh, I'm sorry, from Nicole's phone. I'm sorry. I don't have the answer to that as far as that.
As a part of the investigation, is Wyoming still the last place that she's known to be?
Right now, it seems to be the area that we're looking at.
What would it take in your investigation to find Washington?
Right now, this is a missing person case, all right? And our focus is to find Gabby. My focus isn't to bring Brian in right now, it's to find Gabby. Brian is exercising his constitutional rights, and I have to respect that. But as of right now, the focus is finding Gabby.
Well, she's been missing for 2 weeks and she's possibly being in danger. Why does he get the privilege to tell you no that he's not coming in to speak to you?
Because the Constitution protects that.
Where are search teams working currently? And are they law enforcement-led search teams?
We have no physical search teams on the ground like doing grid search right now. We have resources and law enforcement partners that are out in the field following up tips and leads. But as far as a grid search right now, we're still trying to narrow down geographic areas.
And do we know the exact date and exact, like, confirmed location that she was?
We're still
Because there's
analyzing.
been, like, some say Salt Lake City, some say the National Park.
You know,
Any-
the information, there's a lot of information coming through. We have to analyze that information, we have to vet that information, and it takes time.
Is there any history of police interacting with Brian here in Northport, or any incident involving Brian and Gabby here in Northport before they went on this trip? They've been here a couple of years now.
No,
Was she on any kind of medication?
not that I know of.
And was Northport police aware of her mental health issues before the Mueller report came out?
I'm not aware of any of them.
Are you able to tell us what you found in the van? I know yesterday you said you were not.
No, right now, the data, the stuff that we found in the van is being analyzed. I don't know if it has any evidentiary value to it or not. Obviously, this was a van used by the both of them, which personal belongings and stuff are in there. Whether or not it has anything to do with the case, we don't know.
I know you tweeted at the attorney. How frustrating is this for you personally?
I want to bring Gabby home, you know. So, of course, it's frustrating.
And he answered us, we asked him about her tweet, and he said no comment. Your response?
Where's Gabby? That's my response.
No, emotionally for you, as a father, as a human being, you know, talk about what this case is triggering for you.
This isn't about me. This is about Gabby, and that's where I want to keep the focus.
No, I know, but you know, just looking at her face, talking with her family, how is this, is that, you know, is there any response from you to?
Well, it's driving us to keep working. I mean, long hours, long days. It gives us the momentum to keep going forward.
Have any of the social media platforms reached out to your agency as part of the investigation and offered up any of the metadata?
We have great cooperation with the social media platforms out there.
How difficult is it as you guys are here, she possibly went missing over there, you know, geographically speaking, how difficult is that for the investigation?
We have partners federally and locally that we can reach out and touch. One of the reasons of asking the assistance of the FBI to come in is they have a long-reaching arm. So I'm confident with what we're doing here and the tips and the information that's being funneled out west. I'm confident that system is moving effectively.
The Petito family said yesterday that what happened in Wyoming happened. It indicates that they know that something did occur in Wyoming and that there's information that we're not aware of or that's not being given to us. And they can think withheld from me. Do you know what happened in Wyoming? Do you know what they meant?
The fact of the matter is Gabby is missing. And I think that's what they're referring to.
Of course, but
Gabby's
we all,
missing.
this is a huge investigation. You have internet press from all across the country here. And if there's something that's part of the story that's not being told, I think, you know, the public has a duty to understand that.
You're looking into something that's not there. I think what the family's position on it was she went missing. Last area was out in Wyoming. So she's not here. So where is she?
Now, Utah police aren't ruling out, it's really tough to talk about, but they're not ruling out any connection to a possible homicide that happened there as well. Have you guys looked into that? Is there anything you can tell us in relation to that?
We have communication going back and forth with Grand County Sheriff's Office. We provided them with whatever information we could. They don't have any suspect information right now, so you would have to refer that to them. But they told us that they're looking at everything at this point.
Kim, one last question.
It's still a missing person case at this point in time, but is there any evidence suggesting that crime may have happened between these two of them?
Right now, no. Right now, all we have is the missing person investigation on that.
Really simple question. You said you knew where Brian is. Is he at his parents' house?
All I'm going to say is I know where Brian's at. All right. Thank you, guys.
everyone. You can certainly follow up with us. You also have my phone, so call and we'll.
So we've just been listening to police from Northport, Florida, giving us an update on the search for missing person, Gabby Petito. The police really wanted people to look at the vehicle that she was driving in with her fiance, Brian Laundrie. They were on this sort of trip, kind of checking out different national parks, documenting it online on social media when she disappeared. The van is in police custody, and they've been going through the van looking for evidence. But what's not happening is they are not speaking to her fiance. And we heard an emotional appeal from her father to everyone, but specifically to her fiance and his family, asking for them to cooperate with the police.
Man accused of scamming thousands.
All righty. Can we get that? Can we get that refresh? Can we get a new story? That's the same story. Can we get a refresh? All right, 1 hour ago, breaking
An arrest
news.
has been made in a hit and run that killed a mother near Dockweiler Beach over the weekend. Wendy Galdamez was holding her young son when she was struck and killed on Saturday. Now, the child survived. The driver sped off from the scene, and investigators say he's been identified as 39-year-old Darwin Dantzler from Inglewood and is now in custody.
I don't know what's wrong with the 360-degree camera. Y'all won't turn on. Did we see this?
Pop quiz time. The attempted abduction of his 13-year-old daughter. He didn't just stop this kidnapping. Well, the father ensured that suspect was caught, and now he is in jail.
Yeah, crazy story here. Reporter Marla Carter spoke with that father about his heroic act. She is live from the Harris County Jail with this story. Marla.
That's right, Maida, and that suspect is currently behind bars on a $50,000 bond. He is charged with attempted kidnapping, and the victim's father says that he was just glad he's there, and that man is now behind bars.
Like many families on Labor Day, Anthony was out barbecuing in front of his apartment. His 13-year-old daughter was nearby. It was around noon. Then a stranger in a car pulled up right next to the girl.
They were right here playing, her and her friend, right here playing. And the guy pulled up from, out the street right here. It was looking at him, and they like, no, this guy seems strange.
Anthony's daughter immediately ran up to her dad to tell him. He told her to stay close.
So as I'm looking, the guy pulls up right here and kind of looks around the corner like, and I'm looking at him strange because I don't know this fella. Who you here for?
The next thing Anthony knew, the man in the car, 44-year-old Lionel Williams, opened the car door and approached his daughter.
My daughter's standing right over here by the door, and he goes like trying to grab her like this, and she pull away and yank away. And I'm standing over there, and I'm like, hey, I start running. I'm like, hey, what are you doing?
Anthony said after that, Williams was startled and tried to get back in the car. Anthony wasn't going to let him get away. He grabbed Williams' keys and cell phone.
I stop him right here. I say, no, you're not finna go nowhere. And he run out towards the street right here, Lockwood.
He and his neighbors chased the man and flagged down an HISD officer who helped them until police arrived. Anthony's just grateful Williams is behind bars, but the fact this happened in broad daylight was concerning. He hopes it raises awareness for other parents out there.
Still be aware of your surroundings, especially when your kids are out playing, because you never know what kind of sick individuals we have around us.
As for his 13-year-old, they got her mace to protect herself, and they're proud of her quick thinking.
Very proud, and we love her very much.
An arrest has been made.
We already saw that story. All right, they're not giving us nothing new. We saw that already. Uh-oh. We got an update. For those of y'all that don't know, we broadcasting on the e-bike channel and the Minister channel.
Search for the missing Long Island woman. We've just obtained body camera video from police in Moab, Utah, showing 22-year-old Gabby Petito and fiance Brian Laundrie pulled over a month before Gabby was reported missing. Police were responding to a domestic incident between the couple as they were on a road trip.
We just been fighting one morning, and he wouldn't let me in the car before. And then
Why wouldn't he let you in the car? Because of your OCD?
He told me I needed to calm down. Yeah. But I'm perfectly calm. I'm calm all the time. And he really stresses me out.
So, you want to tell me about those scratches on your face? She had herself under her hand. That's why I was pushing her away. Because she wanted I left the keys so I could walk away. I said, let's just take a breather and let's not go anywhere. Let's just calm down for a minute because she was getting a little worked up. And then she had her phone and was trying to get the keys from her. So that way I was just trying to, I know I shouldn't push, but I was just trying to push her away to go, let's just take a minute, step back and breathe. And she got me with her phone.
This is the latest piece of evidence in the search for Gabby.
All right. All right. Look like the story's starting to heat up, Liz. Where you at? You said the boyfriend is suspicious. Well, a month ago, they were fighting. They tried to play it down, but apparently she scratched him in his face. Whether it had been with her fingernails or the keys. When a woman scratches at a man's face, he's usually trying to do something to her. Anybody have an opinion? Come on, it's 4 of y'all on the Minister channel and 6 of y'all on the e-bike channel, or vice versa. Nobody got a comment? I don't know where that mosquito came from, but I think I got him, but I don't see him. I know I nailed him. There's no way he could survive that. There's no way he could survive that because I pushed the monitor back 3 inches. There's no way he survived that, but we'll have to see. I don't see him on my hands. I don't see him on the screen. Is he down there? Where did you go, sir? I don't know. But y'all see, a month ago, on the road, they had a dispute. That's 2 months ago. Why are you showing us that? What?
New Green Mountain Coffee Roast.
Telling y'all, I'm not taking public transportation. I'm sorry. Y'all can try to make me feel guilty about it.
Journalist Dave Gonzalez is on breaking news in downtown LA right now. A man has been shot and killed in a Metrolink train. This is a live look from Washington and Long Beach Boulevard. The shooting happened just before midnight on the Blue Line train, and investigators say it appears that the suspect was walking out of the train when he shot a 35-year-old man who was also a passenger. They say several rounds were fired, but no one else was injured. They are still trying to find out what led up to the shooting. If you have any information, if you were on the train or in the area and you can help police, call them right away.
Shooting people on the train. Do-do-do. 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 Dang, I wish I could play that. Oh, man, that's a good story right there. Uh, um, 2. Still looking. That's 3 years ago. That'd been a good story too. Hmm. Uh, Years ago. Go ahead, Kevin. Hey, check this out, y'all. Kevin Joseph King, part 32, Tommy mugshot arrest. He got 1.3K views. Go ahead with your bad self. We already seen that. Hey, we can check this out.
In the Romo household, we take
Cuban political prisoner on the verge of losing her home due to what she and her attorneys claim are doctored documents. 82-year-old Ana Rodriguez was served with a final eviction notice and has to be out by Monday unless a court steps in.
Local 10's Terrell Forney is in Miami with the next chapter in this legal saga.
The eviction notice slapped on Ana Rodriguez's front door over the weekend says she must vacate the property by Monday.
When I saw the eviction, I feel that it was so cruel to do that in this day.
The woman in her early 80s, who is also an author and former political prisoner from Cuba, bought the Miami home 2 decades ago and refinanced her mortgage in 2006. She says things got rocky with her lender. We've profiled her story in the past. Bank of New York Mellon is now noted on court filings. And as attorneys claim, they uncovered a scheme to defraud the elderly woman out of her property with forged promissory notes and other documents.
And I saw the exact same robo-signed documents from a decade ago. Plus, I saw they did something else, which was criminal.
We see a system that is tilted towards the financial institutions being able to commit fraud and not being held to account, and that's unacceptable.
Several other homeowners facing foreclosure by big banks were also here profiling their story. In some cases, efforts to make good on missed payments within deadlines were met with closed doors.
For you to see an eviction notice without giving you a chance to just talk about it.
It's not about not paying your mortgage. It's not about that. Because I paid mine and I thought I was a pretty good citizen.
So we have to prevail in that fight because this is not my fight. It's the fight of many millions of people.
And that elderly woman is sleeping inside of her home tonight, but she does not know for how long. She's been given an extra day or so, and this move will allow her attorneys to file a motion with the 3rd District Court of Appeals. Their argument is that these lenders cannot deprive people of their property without due process. Her attorneys are hoping that this case makes it to the Florida Supreme Court to make a final ruling. We'll keep you updated. For now, that's the latest live from Miami. I'm Terrell Fornay, Local 10 News.
If they use forged documents, then how can they put her out of home? Doesn't make any sense. We already saw that story.
At a homeless encampment near Brentwood. The victim was killed on San Vicente Boulevard near Mayfield Avenue around 6:30 yesterday morning. That's right outside of the LA National Veterans Park. Investigators say the victim was stabbed while trying to intervene in a dispute between the suspect and his girlfriend. He suffered wounds to his upper body and died at a hospital. Authorities also say the stabbing was linked to the homeless population in that area. LA City Attorney Mike Feuer, who is running for mayor, says something needs to be done about the encampment there.
It is time for this encampment to end, for its residents to be housed, for the sidewalk to be clear. This encampment is dangerous for its residents.
The suspect's girlfriend was not hurt in the altercation.
There we go, sit down, man. Breaking news.
We begin with a terrifying shooting during a robbery at a popular restaurant on the Upper East Side.
Police say 2 suspects, one of them armed with a gun, approached people eating outside. One man was shot. CBS News' Natalie Duddridge with more.
Staff cleaned blood and glass off a sidewalk early this morning in front of Philippe, an upscale restaurant on East 60th and Madison Avenue, after a diner was robbed and another shot around 10 last night.
We're in the heart of Manhattan, and shootings here, terrible. It's terrible. That's a wonderful place. You can't get a seat there.
Police say 2 suspects approached 2 different outdoor tables saying this is a stick-up. One suspect flashed his weapon at a 31-year-old victim who was having dinner with his wife and stole his Rolex watch. The other suspect approached a 28-year-old man who tried to stop him by trying to knock away the gun. There was a struggle, the gun went off, and the 28-year-old was shot in the leg. Terrified patrons left their unfinished meals and fled. Video shows the moment several people ran down the street.
No watch, no wallet is worth, a life.
It is very scary. Yes. Especially if you're eating here with your kids or your family.
Investigators say the victim managed to grab the weapon and toss it into the restaurant out of the suspect's reach. He was taken to the hospital and is expected to be okay. Meanwhile, the suspects jumped into a dark-colored SUV driven by a third man and took off.
It's disappointing, but you know what the sad thing is? I'm not sitting here and going, oh my gosh, I can't believe it.
Police are scouring through surveillance video that captured this incident. They're using that and other evidence to solve this case. Police say it's unclear why these 2 restaurant patrons were targeted. On the Upper East Side, Natalie Duddridge, CBS 2 News.
Let's go help people customize and save.
There we go, sit down, man. Don't talk back. I told you to go sit down. Not really no good news today.
City, our photojournalist Oliver Forrester live on the scene here. You can see the cleanup and investigation underway. Now, Santa Anita Avenue and Freer Street are shut down right now. There is a deadly crash investigation underway. You can see the vehicle there.
That's a beautiful
Just after
car.
2 o'clock this morning, deputies say a car crashed into a pole, throwing 2 people from a car. A male passenger died at the scene, and the female passenger was taken to the hospital. There is no word yet on her condition this morning. Deputies say speed may have been a factor in this crash, but do avoid this area right now.
Excuse me. All right, is anybody still here? Ain't nobody said nothing. Since Liz said something a while ago. So alrighty then. Yes, since almost half an hour. All right, y'all. Then I'm gonna go ahead and let y'all go. I'm gonna go lay down. You know, I've been up since 6. So, and I can't say I'm proud of myself, but I did get there. An 8 a.m. appointment. Y'all saw us barely get there for an appointment we had. I mean, you know, Monday, we barely got there. That was a 1 o'clock one. So to get there and only be 6 minutes late, I think I can give myself a pat on the back, but I can do better. I can do better. I really can. I can do better. But we got another doctor's appointment tomorrow. This cat gonna make me knock upside her head. She really is. We see the podiatrist tomorrow. We going to the other hospital. We going to Good Samaritan. So it's a good thing that we parked Marsha. So we taking Bessie tomorrow. I gotta take everything back off Marsha and put it back on Bessie. But the good news is that's not until 2:30 tomorrow. So, like right now, it's 2:30. I'm sitting here yawning, so I'm really worried. Because it ain't even 2:30 yet. It's 2:04 right now. So, but we're going out. And we're going to see the podiatrist. And get that done. Then Monday, we go for the stress test. Monday, we go for the stress test. We gotta go to the Russell Morgan building. Wait a minute, it don't say what the room number is. Hold on. It don't say what the room number is. And then the 24th, we're going to see Dr. Patel. We're going for the cardiologist stress test. And then we got to go see Joyce for division. And I still got to make an appointment with the dentist. We getting it all done. And the nutritionist. We getting it all done. I got the benefits. Why not use it? So we getting all it done. Y'all might see me doing the show next week like this. So we getting it all together. People ain't gonna be able to say nothing now. They'll find something. They'll always find something to fuss about. So alrighty, y'all. I will see y'all. If I wake up before 12, I'll come back live. We haven't pushed the bikes, so I'll probably come back and do a show on the e-bikes. Like I said, can't really say I had any fun riding today. It was a big hassle, but that's tomorrow. And I've already switched the bikes. I put Marsha over here on the standby side, and I got Bessie over here. We're gonna charge her up. I got to get the power banks out, switch them over to here. They have a bike rack at that hospital. So much as I love the moan and groan, they have a bike rack. So we're gonna chain. That's why I really wanted to take Marsha, but she ain't gonna make it up them 3 hills without a hassle. I would have to go out the way and then come back down. But Bessie will do it. So we're gonna take Bessie, and like I said, until I can get some money, because I want to have them take that tire off and have them figure out why did the front brake stop working. Something happened between the shocks and the brake. I don't know, but I'm not a bike mechanic, so I'm gonna let them figure it out. But until then, we're gonna park Marsha and we'll be using Bessie. And y'all know what's gonna happen. Watch. Something gonna happen to Bessie. Watch. It's gonna come out the blue. It's gonna be something. And then we not gonna have no bike. That's what's gonna happen. We needed 13 people to use the coupon to buy anything, and they haven't done it. 13 people. So that's probably what's gonna happen. So my biggest hope is that we get another stimulus package. And then I'll buy the PS6 myself. I'll buy it myself. And won't have to worry about anything else. You know? Hopefully we get the stimulus. Because I don't mind spending it on something I'm going to use every day. Something that gets me around. I don't mind spending the money. I love to get some new clothes and some new shoes, but really ain't got nowhere to go, so what I need all that stuff for. So anyway, it'd be nice if they gave us a stimulus every month. That'd be sweet. For like 3 or 4 months. Oh man, I'd be straight. I'll go ahead and get me some new clothes. Get me a new e-bike. I'd get us a real 360-degree camera. A real one. And maybe instead of using cell phones, get a GoPro. Get a GoPro that actually a GoPro Fusion would solve all the problems because it live streams and does 360. So maybe I'll invest in a GoPro and it'll live stream, and so we can do the lives, and be nice to live stream in 360. I miss when we used to do that. Y'all remember we used to live stream in 360? That's why I say they got cameras that do it now, but they cost a lot of money. Actually, we have a Samsung now. And the second camera that Samsung came out with, it live streams in 360, but you had to have an X6 or above. We had an S5. So maybe I'll look into that. I wonder if you can get one off of eBay. I wonder if the price dropped. It's 4 years old. It's in 2017. Oh, I'm going to mess up. The price of the drop. So let's see. Let's go take a looky. See if the price dropped. Maybe I can get one at the beginning of the month. Let me see here. Just had to spell it wrong, didn't you? Now it's two versions. It's the old version and the new version. Oh my goodness! Somebody got one. What? $20, $24.50, $10 shipping. What's wrong with it? Hold on a sec. Did nobody bid on it? Hold on a sec. Yeah. They want almost 90 for that one. They want 111 for that one. They lost their mind. That's the old kind. You're looking for the new kind. Fully working. And when they're auctioning, let me add it to the watch list. I don't know why. I ain't got no money. Yeah. I think I got like $3 on my card. I think I got $3 on my card. Well, this at $24.50 with $10 shipping. All right. Can somebody beat it? I don't think you're gonna beat that price. Well, let's take a look. 71. This got that's the old kind. Ooh, we don't need that. Yeah, that's the old kind. We need the 2017 version. That got 3 days left on it. That got a day and a half left on it. Nobody bid on it. They started at $74. I guess not. That got 2 days left on it. That's what they want. That's the old kind. $80. They got 6 days left on it. They want almost $90 for that. 185, 114, 161, 75. It's amazing how it's holding its value. They got 3 days left on it. $200, they must have lost their mind. Maybe back in 2017, but we in 2021. They want 99, 90, They got a day and a half left on it. The auction. $250. That's the old kind. Anybody gonna buy that? Only somebody stupid will buy that. They got 3 days left on it. They asking 158. They crazy. 149. $300. They must have lost their mind. That's a 2017 camera. They lost their mind. 99. I know it's a Samsung, but you know, somebody got an auction with 15 minutes left. No bids. They asked for $75. They got no bids. They're asking too much money. This person want $211. You lost your mind. They want $125. Here's another auction. Somebody crazy. Ain't nobody bidding on it. They want $80 to start. $80. People desperate for money. They want 80, 120, 150. Yeah, Bobcat, I went to the doctor's. Trying to see if there any deals. No, there ain't nobody gonna beat that deal. And how much time is left? How much time is left? 1 hour and 42 minutes. $24.50. Hey, we streaming on both channels. It's 8 on one and 4 on the other. Can we all put together and get this camera here so we can live stream in 360? And I can just carry one. I won't have to have a camera and a phone. We can just carry one. And it'll do everything. But yeah, I went to the doctor today. So right now, with $10 shipping, it's at $34.50. This thing gonna jump up. But I'm gonna keep an eye on it. Now, see, I was gonna end the live stream, but now, you know, if I go fall asleep, I'm just trying to figure out where I'm gonna get $30 from. Let me see. They came out. Y'all can't even see what I'm doing. That's a daggone shame. Why nobody even say nothing? Y'all don't help me out, man. Why somebody didn't say something? Why y'all didn't say you couldn't see anything? Yeah, this from 4 years ago. Jesus.
Boosting cricket chart.
From 4 years ago.
This is the new Samsung Gear 360, the company's second-gen portable panoramic camera. Like the original, it employs a pair of opposing cameras, each equipped with extremely wide-angle lenses in order to film literally everything around it, perfect for sharing via scrollable panoramic video or as an immersive VR headset experience. With a new look, new hardware, and some new software features, is this new Gear 360 a worthwhile upgrade over the original? I'm Steven Shank with Phone Arena, bringing you an early look at what Samsung's latest 360-degree camera can do. The original Gear 360 was a camera like few others, built like some kind of robotic eyeball with a pair of opposing fisheye lenses connected to two 15-megapixel cameras. By shooting with both cameras at once and stitching together their output and software, Samsung was able to create a product that could film seamless panoramic video. But for as interesting as that initial hardware was, it wasn't without its limitations. The first Gear 360 was a little too large to be pocket-friendly, and while we really liked the mini tripod base, it wasn't super convenient for handheld usage, especially with its awkward button placement. The new 2017 Gear 360 immediately addresses some of those concerns. Replacing the tripod with a rigid attached base both gives the camera a built-in hand grip, as well as affords Samsung the extra space it needs to shrink down the main eyeball part of the camera, making it so much easier to carry around on your person. We also see smart decisions like the relocation of the main shutter button from directly on top of the camera to midway up that base, in the perfect position to hit it with your thumb while holding the Gear 360. Another, maybe more subtle improvement is the choice to expose the Gear 360's USB Type-C charging port. Now, last year the port was underneath a water-resistant flap, making it awkward to access while filming. Now you can keep the new Gear 360 plugged in and powered for as long as you want, without interfering with your shots or compromising water resistance. Most of the time, though, that's not going to be an issue, as the Gear 360 has some decent battery life. The 1160 mAh battery is a little smaller than last year's, as well as no longer replaceable, but easily got us through a full weekend of filming short videos without even hitting the battery's halfway point. Film larger shots or more of them, and you could run into trouble, but the capacity really does seem adequate for casual usage. And speaking of water resistance, the new Gear 360 returns with the same sort of IP53 rating as last year's model. That offers protection against spraying the camera with water, but doesn't protect against full-on immersion. Be warned. Like last year, you have your pick of shooting modes. Those include the full dual camera mode, or shooting from just one of the two lenses, your pick. Rather than giving you a 180-degree half-sphere image when doing one of those single-camera shots, the Gear 360 instead generates a much more palatable widescreen fisheye lens video. And the critical bit there is that it still looks pretty good without any special playback tricks. If you're going to be sharing video with maybe some tech-challenged viewers, this is the way to go. One slight downside to this new camera is that raw resolution is only half of what it was last year. Despite this, the new Gear 360 does have a higher max resolution video mode, now hitting 4K, but only at 24 frames per second. Dialing back from there, you'll find plenty of 2K and HD quality options with frame rates as high as 120 FPS. And while the new Gear 360's dual 8.4 megapixel cameras can capture combined 15 megapixel still shots, single camera images are limited to just 3 megapixels. That sounds bad, but it's not a deal breaker. The fact is that we don't consume this sort of imagery in the same way as stuff captured with traditional cameras, and the novelty of these incredibly wide angles, or the ability to point your virtual camera any direction you choose during playback, tends to outweigh the benefit you might get from being able to see lots of tiny detail. And compared to last year's Gear 360, the vastly improved form factor and portability of this new model carry more weight than just being able to record more pixels at once. Device compatibility gets a shot in the arm with new iOS support, working with the last two generations of iPhones. That's a big step for Samsung, but it still falls short when it comes to improving compatibility among Android devices. While the new Gear 360 supports more Samsung Galaxy phones than last year's model, that still excludes Android phones from literally every single other manufacturer under the sun. It's beyond annoying and is easily our least favorite thing about Samsung's camera. The Gear 360 app gives you a live view of the camera's feed, lets you swap lenses and set shooting modes, and remotely trigger recordings. You can then transfer that footage to your Galaxy phone, view it in a variety of playback modes, including with a Gear VR headset, and share your panoramic videos with friends via services like YouTube. That all sounds pretty familiar, but this year adds the big bonus of supporting live streaming via YouTube, Facebook, or Samsung's own Gear VR service. Those playback options all work well, but transferring videos can take a bit of time, and doing so can seriously eat through the Gear 360's battery life. And in an unintuitive move, the recompressed videos that end up on your phone tend to have much larger file sizes than the original clips stored on the camera's micro SD card. We also found the live streaming options to be a little tricky to set up, but as we're evaluating the Gear 360 with an early version of the app, we're not going to get too stressed out about that just yet. The new Gear 360 is mostly a step in the right direction for Samsung. It's much more compact than the original, a bit easier to use, and offers some compelling new functionality like live streaming. We wish Samsung would work on Android compatibility and maybe run.
All right, thank you, sir. Dee-dee-dee. 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 Dee-dee-dee.
So the $1 million question is the Samsung 360 worth buying? This is the 2017 model, by the way. But is it worth buying in 2021 with all the other new modern, much more modern, may I add, 360 cameras on the market? Well, I'll let you guys tell me. So what I did in this video is I went on ahead and I took this camera with me to work, and I mounted it on my dashboard, and I just kind of did a little quick vlog. Every single day was a quick little vlog. And so this is going to be a part 4 series because I was at work for 4 days this week. So this is going to be a part 4 series. So this is video 1 of 4. Go through all the little videos and let me know. Meet me at part 5. Part 5, we're going to go over this camera here. I'm going to make the overall review of this camera on the 5th video. So hope you guys enjoy it. All right. See you in the 5th video.
Right, what is going on YouTube? Your boy Jay on the Segway. So we got the Samsung 360 camera. This is the very first video I'm recording with it, in the daylight at least. Did some at home. So right now we got the camera settings on 2K at 30 frames a second. I didn't do anything with the microphones, like as far as you know how you can do the wind resistance. I didn't put that setting on. So this is without the wind muffs, without the wind resistance setting on. Only got the front camera on this one, so I'm gonna play around with this camera and see in a second. All right, guys, and this is what it sounds like with the wind reduction on. So right now, wind stays.
I don't see nobody live streaming with it. I don't know. Maybe it's too old. Anybody saying anything? No. Did the price go up? No. Just gonna have to let it go. Alrighty, y'all. I haven't done it. That really don't even feel like it, to be honest with you. All right, y'all. I'll see y'all later on. I'm gonna go lay down. Maybe cook something to eat. And y'all have a good night. It's 2 in the afternoon. Maybe I'll be back on around 8 or 9. If y'all still up. So as Nia would say, see you soon. As I say, I'll see you later on today. Peace, everybody. We out. Nobody not talking anyway, so